Welcome back to the Daily Crypto Market Update. BTC had a little bit of a pullback yesterday, but it's still actually looking decent right now. If we go to the daily time frame, especially to daily RSI, on Monday's push up higher, RSI moved up to 35.24, which is a good move. The only problem with this move right here is that, it still has a long way to go in order for this to actually be bullish. It needs to surpass this high of 50.51, but it's a good move. Now, if we get more bullish uptrend continuation, which I'll be excited about and surprised about as well, then we'll see it break this overhead trend line, which would be great. In regards to the TBO, nothing has changed. Everything is still strong bearish, macro bearish on the slow line. Nothing's really changing at all. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, that's right. On the 4-hour time frame, I mentioned that it had a TBO close short on Tuesday early morning. So that has now since been closed as we had the price pull back, which is great. It's what's supposed to happen. In fact, Ethereum did the same thing and it printed another one earlier this morning. So it has two of these about 3% above support, which is a good sign. Now, before we get excited about this on the daily time frame, it still has a long way to go for it to get bullish. The truth is that Ethereum dropped out of the daily TBO Cloud back here on the 3rd of November, and it's been below the cloud really ever since then. So it's been under the cloud about 24 days or so. So we are waiting for the price not only to push up and tag the fast line, but to go inside of the daily TBO Cloud, which would be amazing because that'd be a shift to being in bullish consolidation mode. Seeing two TBO close shorts on the 4-hour close together is a very positive sign. And we know that we had a pretty good push yesterday. Actually, RSI made a higher high yesterday, 43.78. Now, it's not high enough to actually surpass the high we had over here on the 9th of November at 48.27, but it did break above this downtrend, which is impressive. And actually, that was reflected over here in ETH BTC. Not that we saw ETH BTC push above overhead resistance that you can see a lot clearer right here. It didn't push above it, but it did test it yesterday. Not touching it, but it's close enough for a test. And actually on the 4-hour, it did go above it. It pierced it, but yeah, it's okay. Now, if we see ETH continue to outperform Bitcoin, it will go above this trend line. I will be shocked, to be honest. But we do have some bullish signals down here, TBT bullish diversions and clusters. These yellow tags right here are tabs. These are clusters that are from the pro level indicator, or the pro tier indicator. So when there are more than 3 of these happening within 7 bars of each other, it's going to convert these green triangles into yellow tags or tabs or whatever you want to call it. So we are expecting a bullish push to the upside. So keep an eye on that. Stablecoin dominance did have a slight uptick yesterday. Notice that it still has not even touched or tested or even pierced support, but we did have a decent fall from 84 on daily RSI. In terms of the TBO on the daily time frame, nothing's changed. It's still macro bullish. The price is above the cloud, so it's strong bullish on the 4-hour time frame. We do have a TBO Close Long, which was closed, so now we can get rid of that. We have a cross down. The last time I had one of these, it actually moved up higher. Just so you know, the macro trend here on the 4-hour is bullish. On the daily, it's bullish. On the weekly, it's bearish. We are still struggling at TBO resistance, this red dotted line right here above our bear market zone. There is a chance that we saw the bottom at 80K. What'll probably happen is one more test. That's kind of what happened back over. Actually, no, that's exactly what happened back over here on the 7th and then the 9th. 2 days later, we had another test, another drop before it really rallied from there. If we go back before that, on the 5th of August, it took several days for the price to test again, actually a month and a day later. So what we're seeing right now isn't unusual, but right now it's still strong bullish. Bitcoin dominance fell lower, which resulted in a nice move for alts yesterday. TotalES.D, while it stalled a little bit because it's representing the total market cap excluding stablecoins, and we saw RSI make a nice RSI reset earlier this week, it really needs to push above this level, 51, 55, in order to get bullish again. But there are signs that a bottom could be forming, but we'll most likely test the bottom first. Totally yes 50.D on the 4-hour time frame printed a TBT bullish divergence. The last time we had one of these, even though we chopped around for a little bit, we did see a bullish reaction. So that's encouraging. We're seeing another one of these as well for Totally E100.D. Totally S, the market cap chart. TBO Close Short got closed. Totally 50 has a new one. Totally 100 has a new one as well, plus TBT bullish divergences. So what these are telling me is that there is bullish reversal energy building. The problem is that things are very much strong bearish. Even looking here at Totally yes, this is the total crypto market cap excluding stablecoins. The macro trend, which is illustrated by the slow line right here, it's sloping down, which means that the macro trend is bearish. Yes, we've been overextended from the fast line to an extreme degree for a long time, by 21% on that peak low on Friday. So yes, it makes sense to come up and tag the fast line, but unfortunately, the last couple times this has happened, namely back over here on the 10th and 11th of November, it was a quick rejection to a lower low. So I'm not saying we're going to see another lower low, but I'm saying just cool your jets for a minute. Okay? Now, the others market cap as well has 2 TBO close shorts. It feels great. Just like these two back over here, it did move up about 7% before rolling over. Again, macro bearish, bearish. So again, we can't get too excited just yet, but I do expect alts to outperform Bitcoin, which actually happened yesterday. So total 3 ES BTC is the ratio of the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. It outperformed Bitcoin by about 0.91%. So there are good things that are happening. If you guys noticed, there was this news about Texas is going to become the first U.S. state to buy Bitcoin, investing $10 million into its strategic reserve. That's a big deal. How did I not like this? That's a great thing. Okay, so this is good stuff, but we need way more of this. And they need to be buying on an exchange to push the price up. And $10 million, well, it feels like a lot. It's not that much. If you think about all the buys that Saylor has been putting in to Bitcoin, it's not really propping up the price. Now, before I go further, go to thebettertraders.com. We are having a Black Friday sale right now, 50% on all of our courses, all 5 of them. So whether it's on the Better Trader side, 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom, Mastering Passive Income, our advanced bot trading course, The Smarter Trader, our advanced active trading course, or if you're more of a traditional investor, on Mastering Assets, which we've done in partnership with Kitco Media. We have the Complete Cryptocurrency Investor course, 50% off, the Complete Automated Trader, 50% off. Plus, there are links to sign up for Femex and also for BYDFi. Both of these have some pretty insane rewards. By trading, you earn rewards, which is awesome. Okay, I'm going to get into today's picks. If you have coins that you're interested in me checking out, leave a comment down below and I will read through the comments. And if a coin looks decent enough to share, I'll share it with you guys. Okay, so let's get on to it. So we're going to see a lot of the same things flashing today. Remember BNB? BNB had this support level that was broken back over here on Thursday last week, and the price fell another 11%. But overhead resistance hasn't been challenged or tested yet until, well, actually back over here. Got test, pierce, test. It's actually opening above that level right now, which is good. I've been saying for a while, what BNB has to do is actually a couple of things. For one, it has to touch the fast line, which is the pink line at 911.50 cents. And then it has to close above the 272, which has been difficult ever since it lost it back over here on the 4th of November. Okay. But there is bullish momentum building. We're not seeing higher local highs yet for RSI, but this is good seeing higher lows. So that's a good sign. On the 4-hour time frame, we're going to see a lot of these printing. This is why all these are orange. A lot of TBO close shorts letting us know that there's bullish potential energy forming. Just keep in mind, we've seen a lot of these as the price continues to fall lower. Even a cluster like this is a great sign until things roll over. So keep in mind, that it's a little bit early still. Now, Solana continues to look good. Again, if it gets up here to the fast line at 144, I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback just because things are still looking weak. Daily RSI is looking better. It did exceed this high over here, which is great. I mean, it could continue to push up higher. It has to go above 60 to break that streak. Unfortunately, though, momentum is still bearish in terms of volume and the TBO. Quant, this one printed a third TBO close short on a surprise 11% move. I'm pretty sure this was when I was saying, hey guys, this one's falling down here to support, and it went all the way up here to resistance, which is awesome. No, it's done this so many times. It has struggled to push and close and hold above this level for the longest time, okay? This chart would make Billy Joel super happy and super proud, okay? I don't know if you guys get the reference. It's okay. Now, we have the price inside of the cloud. It's in bullish consolidation. That's great. But a TBO close short tells us what? Well, the price should retrace back down to the fast line before moving up higher, just like it did here and here. So I'm not really excited about this buying here on the pump. If I'm interested, I'm going to be buying here on the fast line. ENA is in process of printing a TBT bullish divergence here on the daily time frame, but more importantly, it's showing early signs of bouncing off of this historical TBO support line, which is good. On the 4-hour, we are seeing a TBO close short. Doge, 2 TBO close shorts at good historical TBO support. Link is seeing 2 TBO close shorts, but again, we've seen this before. I really want to see these print on the daily time frame. That's a much better and much stronger signal. So far, no dice. Sui has 2 of these. Tau has 2 of these. Ondo has 2, and TBT bullish divergence and a cluster. Again, I would love to see these print though, like this on the daily time frame. It gives me a lot more bullish confidence. Pengu has 2 TBO close shorts. Even Ko-I has 1. This is the chart I've been watching and waiting for one of these to print. If you've been waiting to get into Ko-AI, now we have a bullish reversal sign. And look at the cloud as well. You see this? The slow line just went screeching to a halt. We want to see this flatten out next, which means it'll start moving up. But this is a positive sign for this chart. It's still extremely volatile. This chart rips and dips still quite a lot, and it could still fall a lot further. Again, it'd be nicer to see one of these on the daily time frame. But one thing that is interesting about it is that RSI is still really weak, but it's starting to curl upward, and on balance volumes moving average is curling up as well. So there is bullish momentum that's starting to form. It's still quite early though, so expect a lot of ups and downs. Monad, this one had an insane day yesterday, up 50%, and it's continuing to climb. TBT bullish divergence on the daily time frame, which is why this is a green flag. SHIB, TBT bullish divergence, and it's up here on the TBO Fast line. This is actually the chart I talked about yesterday, or maybe not yesterday, but before. But again, what's the macro trend? The slow line is pointing down. So any push up here to the fast line could be interpreted as an opportunity to short. Just keep that in mind, okay? We're going to see a lot of these, by the way. World Liberty Financial popped 7%, so it's above the cloud in strong bullish mode. I would not be looking to short a chart like this, personally. I would much rather be using a DCA strategy to trade this. IP, this is, intellectual property, whatever, story protocol. TBT bullish divergence, and right up here to the fast line, just like over here, and over here, and over here, and over here. ICP, on the 4-hour has a TBT bullish divergence, just like this one back over here. It's a good bullish reversal sign, but again, I want to see these print on the daily, ideally a TBO close short. Say has it has a TBT bullish divergence cluster right here, which is not part of the TBO indicator. It's this guy right here, but that's a pretty amazing signal, and it's at a zone of support on the weekly time frame. Dash, TBT, it disappeared. Nuts. Okay, it was in process of printing a TBT bullish divergence on the candle that just disappeared. That's too bad. But watch it. If we get one of these, then we should see a repeat move. XRP, this one has moved up here into the TBO Fast line. Now, this one is a little bit funnier. It's funny because even though it has a TBT bullish divergence and it's pushed up here to the fast line, the last couple times it's done this, it does exceed it by 6%. Over here, it exceeded by 6%. So it could still move up. But, and this is the hard part too, the slow line is moving up. So the macro trend is, well, it's kind of flat. So there's no real strong trend. But yeah, I'm personally shorting this one. I opened up a short here at about 223. So I'm planning on just taking profit, just in case it falls back down to do a repeat. I could be wrong. I get stopped out. That's fine. But this is the strategy that I've been talking about and sharing with you guys on my Sunday videos, in case you missed those. Morpho, on the 4-hour time frame, TBT bullish divergence, I'm still expecting Morpho, which is oversold, to pop up here to about 206. SPX pushed into the cloud for the first time since October 26th before it fell lower. Now, it didn't have a TBT bullish divergence back then. This is a good sign, and it's inside the cloud in bullish consolidation mode. This is actually exciting for SPX, and on-balance volume is now above the moving average for the first time since this little stint back over here on the 12th of October. It's actually a good sign. If we're going to be using this chart, it didn't fall down to a support level per se from back over here in June, but it's pretty good. This bounce seems decent. On the 4-hour, nothing else really to report. On the weekly, it's massively oversold. Yeah. Now, Stark, I'm still waiting on this one. Again, I mean, I've been buying the dip on this. I'm very happy to continue to buy the dip. I will buy the dip all the way down here to 1012, which is daily TBO support. If it happens to fall lower, I'm actually going to buy a lot more down here. So the only things to watch here is that the moving average on balance volume continues to move up, which means that there's bullish volume still, even though we're having lots of this ups and downs. Volume has fallen off for the moving average, unfortunately, so people are losing interest in it. I'm not giving up on it yet, though. Lido Finance, this is just a must-watch coin, mainly because it's at this weekly support level. It just kind of popped out to me today, and also historical TBO support, which is pretty cool. The last time it's gone down here, it's shot up 83% and also 150%. It's still very, very early. If you want confirmation, wait for a TBO close short. Crow, this one is slowly starting to move up. I've been helping people out in the Better Traders Club how to trade these charts that have these first bounces. It feels like, oh no, it's getting away from me. Don't worry. A lot of these charts, when they happen to do this, they find a support level. They don't just go right up. It's not like playing a game of Pong where there's no resistance and it just goes in the opposite direction. There's probably going to be some sort of follow-up bounce like this, even up a little bit higher before it falls one more time, and then it'll do something like that. So don't worry. Caspa pushed up even higher yesterday into the cloud. Now, this is a surprising move for a chart that's wicked into the TBO Fast line over and over, but yesterday pushing up inside. This is a strong sign of bullish consolidation that will most likely continue. Now, I mean, this chart is insane. One day, the 22nd of November, oversold at 16, and then 3 days later, that's insane. 3 days later at 71. Just shows you how fast things can turn around. Plus, volume yesterday was really good. Keep an eye on it though. Like it's not out of the woods yet. It's also just short-term overbought. Now, again, for requests, coins that you guys are interested in, leave a comment down below. No promises, no guarantees, but you get it. Someone was asking for S again. So we have more TBO close shorts. We have more TBT bullish divergences. Thank God these TBO close shorts are here because they invalidate these yellow dots, which are bearish continuation signals. We don't want to see those. Epic. This one is in price discovery mode in the worst possible way. On the weekly time frame, if we close up green, we could have an RSI reset, but it's still very much oversold on the weekly. The last time it did something like this was back over here, and then all of a sudden it just went up 300%. On the daily time frame, the chances of that happening are extremely slim. But when the conditions are good and people forget about coins that are just oversold, all of a sudden it's just a quick little push up higher, like Caspa. Horizon, this one is one that we've been watching for a while. When it started to print its first TBT bearish divergences back in October, and again, the second one over here, I was letting you guys know about this. Then we had a close long on the daily time frame. Just a reminder, with these blue diamonds, yes, there is a strong chance that the price will go up and tag the fast line. But when we see multiples of these in a close range, these TBO close longs, a lot of them on a daily time frame, it's usually a very bearish sign, even though we do and are even though we expect the price to go up and tag the fast line, which is at 1356 or so, which would be a good push of 11%, it's also clearly losing strength. It's bearish now in terms of on-balance volume. It's in bearish consolidation in the TBO Cloud. Volume has fallen off a lot too. So just be careful. It should have another pop up, just like it did before. If you're holding a position like this and you're DCAing, the way that I would approach it is like this, right? So let's say I want to enter here and I'm feeling like, okay, this is a great entry. So I actually use DCA still. And what I'll do is that if I have a DCA target and it hits my DCA target, that means it's going to be one lot here at about 14 and two lots here at 11. So if it's like $100, then down here is 200. If it's $1,000, down here is 2,000. You get the idea. And what that does is that it lowers our average entry significantly. But what most people don't do or consider is that when you use DCA, what you should consider, what you should try to do is that after you've DCA'd, after you've averaged down, I'm going to put this here so that way we can see it visually. This is our original entry. And now there is our average entry. So this is our break-even price. It will be a lot lower. So if the price moves at 6%, you're at break-even. But what you want to consider doing is that after it bounces back up to your entry price, that zone, consider just shaving off a little bit of your position. That way you de-risk the position and that you're taking some profits. And what it will do is that it will keep this and it will average down your position, your entry, and you're going to feel a lot better. So basically you're in a lower risk situation. You can continue to do this over and over to the point where like your average entry is going to get just crazy low because you continue to sell on every single bounce that happens, right? So by doing this, you're de-risking, you free up funds, you buy again. So it's a DCA strategy. It's not for everyone, but it works well for me. Last but not least, Cetus. It's just missing an L there for Cletus. That'd be hilarious. But this is a SUI protocol coin. It's very oversold. Weekly RSI last week was down at 17, which is insane. If it has an RSI reset on the weekly, that'll be incredible. It is at some crazy historical levels in that like price, right? But remember, like price also went down here to like 2 cents. The listing low is a lot lower at 19. Sorry, not 2 cents. 0.019 cents. So it's at price-based support, kind of. It is at historical weekly TBO support. It could have a crazy pump. Don't count on it, but it is at an advantageous spot to either consider to DCA, again, with the same strategy that you want to be selling on the bounces, anything that you get. But there's no bullish energy forming, no bullish reversal signs yet, other than one TBT bullish divergence here on the daily. So just be careful, okay? So there's a lot of interesting stuff that's happening right now. Continuing to watch BTC and especially Ethereum pushing up higher, which is going to cause ETH BTC to push up higher. Stablecoin dominance needs to drop significantly. So if you are a perma bear, you do not want to see this happen. You want to see stablecoin dominance go up. But if you're a perma bull, you want to see stablecoin dominance drop like a rock. We want to see Bitcoin dominance drop in tandem together with stablecoin dominance so that alts can push up higher and harder. I mentioned shorting before, and if you guys are curious about how to use the free TradingView crypto screener to find opportunities to short oversold pumps, watch this video. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.